Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and today I am doing part 2 of my April faves and flops. This is actually all the makeup items, and I just have been such a consumer this last month that I had to divide my stuff into 2 groups, but I seem to have gotten positive feedback on the fact that I did oatmeal and things like that. But thank you all for your suggestions. That was great. This is the, and I got it just as a sample, and I am going to get the full size. This is the It Bye Bye Redness. And it's kind of just really something you would put on, especially if you have rosacea or acne or dark age spots. This is a fabulous kind of a color corrector. And you just use it sparingly. And I just used it around my nose, on my red chin, and I have a, where is it now? Over here I have like an age spot, and I just dabbed and tapped in just a teeny bit in those spots, and then I used my regular foundation, my regular concealers and stuff, and I really like this. I think this is a fabulous product. I don't know why I didn't get it before. Maybe because I don't have rosacea. I just never, made the connection that it was actually good for anything like dark redness. And it comes out, I don't know if there's different tonal shades of this, but this is the beige colored one. So it's darker than a normal concealer would be, but yet it's probably, if you have darker skin, this is going to be a little bit light for you, but it is a color corrector. So I thought it was really cool and worth mentioning. I'm very excited because I'm going to throw away all my eye primers and just use this one. I had seen a younger YouTuber talk about this. Nady, it was a he, Nady. He loves this, and it is exactly the same, if not better, than the Urban Decay eyelid primer, the basic one. And I love this. It is a doe foot applicator, and I've tried it 2 different ways. You can basically put it on your eye by just, smoothing it on with your finger and make sure you cover your entire lid all the way to the end. Or you can just dab it on your eye and then just use a brush and brush it all in. You have to cover your entire eye. It dries slightly tacky, so it really grabs hold of your eye makeup, and it holds it all day. Hottest day, humid day. We've had some unusual weather here in Connecticut where we've had hot and humid 70-degree weather, which is very unusual. Not for May, but we just had snow like last week, so it was kind of a big change. And of course I was sitting in my car, and in your car, of course, the temperature goes up to like 90 degrees. And I was sweating, and of course, everything, my eyes were batting up against my lids, and that's how I was testing out that mascara. And my eyeshadow stayed put with this stuff. So it is the CoverGirl Lid Lockup, and this is Universal Shade, which is kind of medium white girl shade, but I think it's just a base neutral. It's so sheer of a tint that I think it would just slightly lighten darker skin, and it just holds on to your makeup. I absolutely love this. I recently purchased both a foundation and a CC cream from Bourjois because I do like that brand a great deal, and I happen to wonder, what is their concealer like, and so I happened to see this. This is a stick form, however it's called Blur the Lines, and it's a stick concealer. But what's kind of interesting about this is it's not creamy. It goes on, and when you blend it in, it turns almost a powder consistency, so it doesn't have to be set with a powder. If you have really deep lines under your eyes, it will settle in those. So you do have to kind of pat them out, but you don't have to set it with a powder. I was kind of impressed with this. It's not my favorite concealer right now, but it worked really well for the type it was. The other option is to take a brush, and once you have your concealer on, to just take the brush and just kind of work it in that way, but it dried to kind of a powder consistency, and I thought that was very interesting. But that's the Bourjois concealer. So speaking of Bourjois, I did want to try the Healthy Mix, the anti-aging foundation, the Healthy Mix. And I got a darker shade, and I did like this. I have been, you know, going back with some of my old favorites from a couple of years ago and trying them out, and that was one of the options I had. I do like this very much. I think a slightly darker, warmer shade was pretty good because it did make me look a little healthier, but you have to take it all the way down the décolleté, the neck, and everything so that it blends right with the rest of your body, so you don't look like you're wearing a mask, you know. But it is good. I do like that. Now the CC cream, I'm wearing the CC cream right now. I find that it doesn't have the lasting power, and this is the CC cream. Didn't have the lasting power, but it went over very nice. If you have dry skin, you're going to like this. I mixed this with a couple of drops of this, and it stayed all day, but on its own it didn't. So I think that, you know, the CC cream from Bourjois is a great deal, but it does need a little help. I was in Ocean State Job Lot recently, and that's kind of one of those train wreck kind of stores where they get overstocks and stale stuff and, you know, things like that. This is OG foundation, and it's called Outdoor Girl. OG stands for Outdoor Girl. And I didn't have high hopes for this particular foundation. It was like $3 or something, and I love it. It actually reminds me a little bit of the Harmon CC cream, which they don't make anymore. It was discontinued. It has a really nice coverage. It works really well as an alternative foundation. It does have some minor SPF in it, and I thought it was great. So if you're looking for something that's inexpensive that will be nice for maybe a summer foundation, this was nice, and they had like 6 or 7 colors in it. Outdoor Girl is the name of it. I don't know anything about the company. It looks to be US, Florida, I think. So it's worth checking out. Now Wander Beauty put out their powder foundation. A lot of people have talked about this being their favorite. And I think with the summer months coming up, I do like to wear a powder foundation in the summer. I think it's a really great way to kind of take care of a lot of issues that happen with weather-related skin reactions. So this has a nice mirror to it, and I did talk about it last month, but I've actually been using it a lot this month. But it has a really good soft coverage. I'm just going to put that right on there. I don't think it's as pigmented as I like, so what I do is put maybe a light CC cream on, and then I will do this as the second coating, and it's really nice to kind of settle everything in. It doesn't go into the lines. Even though it is a powder foundation, it actually is very hydrating. It does sit on the pore. If you have large pores, it will, if you blend it in nicely, will work, especially around the, you know, what does Angie call them, her orange peel skin. The pores are really large right in this area, of course, and I don't know if that's an age thing or what, but I happen to notice it. But I do like the Wander Beauty thing, but again, I think it's another one of those really expensive things, and I still think that the MAC powder foundation is the best out of all the powder foundations. I have been using this to the point where it's my only highlighter right now. This is the Maybelline Master Chrome. It beats out my high-end. It beats out everything. I think the only thing it has not really beaten out is my Hourglass. You know how everybody has this Hourglass thing. This is great. It's a beautiful, beautiful. Just going to put this on here. It's a beautiful highlight, and it just looks very natural. It's not like chrome of your dad's car kind of shine stripe. It is a subtle glow, so you look actually like you exercise or something outside. Which, of course, if you know me, you know that that is not my thing. So this is the Master Chrome from Maybelline, and this is the Molten Rose, I believe. Yes, Molten Rose Gold, number 50. And it is my favorite highlighter right now, and possibly of all time. I think it's just a wonderful thing. I have been using almost exclusively this month the NARS blush in Bumpy Ride. It's really a pretty, pretty color. It's kind of a pale coral color. I am wearing it right now. It's just very natural flush. It's pretty. We always have to wear a little bit more makeup in our YouTube videos because unfortunately the lighting and everything else can wash us out, so we have to wear a little bit stronger colors. So you may not see the true color of this, but it's beautiful, and it's called Bumpy Ride. If you're a medium to light skinned person, this is a perfect everyday blush. It's not too in your face, and it's hard to overdo it, and I like that because I like to keep painting a color. I think, oh, this is pretty, and I keep putting another coat on, and then I start looking little Ronald McDonald there. So NARS Bumpy Ride. And I have been loving this too. This is the Stila, and this is the Magnolia blush. It looks like baby poop in the pan, but it's actually a really pretty natural looking blush. You just look like you have a healthy flush. Let me put a little bit more on so you can see it. You can build it up. It is a cream blush, and I think that's very flattering on older skin, mature skin, women of a certain age, men of a certain age skin. This one is Magnolia from Stila Cosmetics. My favorite brow product this month has been the Flower Beauty Brow, and this is in Blonde. And Blonde is a very neutral, almost cool toned color. It is slightly dark for me, but it is a beautiful neutral. It's not too golden. You know, sometimes the blonde shades can go a little bit golden. This is more of a taupe color, and that's from Flower Beauty. And it's got a great spoolie on the other end. It's been quite a month for mascaras, and I'm going to tell you the fail first, and this is a Stila. And this is Huge Lash from Stila. And I'm so glad I got the travel size because, you know, initially it made a beautiful lash. I really liked it. And then these last couple of days when we had the really hot weather, it left all kinds of smeary dings all over my eyelids. So the Stila Huge Lash does not hold up in humidity or hot weather, and with summer coming, this is a total fail. I thought I would revisit some old favorites. Now, when I first started YouTube in 2013, I talked about this, and I think this won my mascara of the year, and this is the Maybelline Rocket. Do you remember this? Everybody was talking about it. It gives you big old honking lashes. I just love it. I think from this, I came up with that big old honking lashes thing that annoys some of you to hear. A huge brush, rubber brush, and can feel scratchy at times. It makes wonderful, beautiful long lashes, and it failed the heat test. The hot heat humidity test, it just didn't work out, and it was smearing. So the Rocket, unfortunately, is going into my trash bin. Also failing, and this is on 2 levels, and I loved this when I first tried it. I tried the waterproof one first, and I liked that. This is the regular Lash Paradise, Voluminous Lash Paradise from L'Oreal. This is just the regular one. It did not hold up in the humidity, and I was very disappointed in it. So this one did not hold up. And also, I found with my waterproof one that I liked it, and it did hold up fine, but after, I want to say 2 to 3 weeks of using it, I don't know, from opening it up and the air getting in there and putting it back in, it seemed to get drier and clunkier, and there was a lot of product stuck on the brush itself, so when I was trying to put mascara on, I'd get these little clumps at the end. So I have to say that the Lash Paradise is now a fail. The waterproof one was fine, and it did last through the heat, but it seemed to dry up too quickly, and I don't know why that is, and I've heard other people mention that as well, so I don't know. A drugstore mascara that I really loved. This is the Supersizer, but this is the waterproof Supersizer, And I've got that on today, and I'm just going to let you see my eyes. It is an amazing mascara for drugstore. This is the Supersizer in, I think, Blackest. Very black. This is number 625, 400 times volume, and it's waterproof. And I love this. This is fabulous. The regular is fine, but I like the waterproof better because it lasted through the humidity test. So this is a really good drugstore mascara. It's my favorite right now, and I tried all the Essence ones. I've heard a lot of people talk about different Essence mascaras and how much they love them, and every single one of the Essence mascaras failed my humidity test. And I did use the volume boost. I recently talked about it, and it just didn't last through the humidity, and it left dings. And if it leaves dings on my upper lid, then it's a fail. It's got a mascara. I really put mascaras through the test, and before I say I like one, I have to do this. For eye products, I have been using this, and I've got it on my eyes now. This is the Lime Crime Venus XL, and they have several different versions of their palettes. They call it the Venus 2, the Venus 3, the Venus 1. This is the Venus XL, or 15. I don't know if you want to, you know, X is 10 and L is 5, so 15. I'm not sure. I think it's XL. Nice mirror, and they have, and you can see some of these colors in my eyes, but they have some beautiful, oh my gosh, this is really reflecting with the light. I'm so sorry, I'm not sure how I can do it so it's not so painful for you. Maybe that's not so bad, but you can see the colors there. Very, very, they have some corals that match my sweater. They have some pinks. They have some beautiful light colors and some beautiful shimmers in here. I will keep it as kind of a complementary palette, but you can't, you can do a base eye with it, but they're all kind of pinky red, warm kind of colors. So it is a little more difficult to make a variety of eye looks from that palette. Into the lip products, I did talk about this briefly from Kat Von D. This is the Divine edition, and this is called Divine. It's in the lime green studded, and this is pretty much like Celebutard. It's pretty close to Celebutard. Let me just put Celebutard here. This is a very old one. And then let's put the Divine right next to it. Yeah, there's a slight difference there. She was never going to release Celebutard again, but I thought this was going to be close. It's just slightly darker than Celebutard. Divine. And he was just groundbreaking for men in makeup and drag queens, and just a heck of a nice guy, an interesting person. He was in a lot of the old John Waters films, made famous by that, and unfortunately I believe he passed away. And Kat Von D did a whole series kind of involved with the Divine look, and this is the actual lipstick is called Divine. I think it is a limited edition. This is the color. I have it on now. I use it with this Huda Beauty lip strobe over the top of it, and it really gives it a lot of zing. So it's kind of nice. You have the let me put the topper over the color, and you can see what it does halfway through. So you can see that it. Okay, I was told by some of you that I don't hold my hand up long enough when I'm talking. It's like, it's pretty bad. I have these 30-minute videos to begin with, so I'm trying to sort of, you know, cut corners, but this isn't a place where I'm supposed to cut corners, and I apologize for shaking my hand too fast. So that was the Divine lipstick. I do like it, and I like it especially with glosses over the top. I did not like, and I think it was Emily Noel. She likes this MILANI Amore. It's a lip gloss. I just find it's too sticky. And, you know, some of the colors are really nice, but it's just too sticky, and there is transfer. So I just didn't like the MILANI. Much better is the ColourPop, which this came in a trio, but this is the only color I really like, and I believe this is called Echo Park. It's a very pretty, very pigmented lip color. It's a liquid lip color. Some of you may or may not like liquid lip colors. I always line my lips first before I put a liquid lip color on, because you do need, like, you know, with crayons. When I used to color, I used to draw a line around first and then color on the inside. I do that with the lipstick too. So this is Echo Park from ColourPop. It comes in a trio, but I think you can get it individually from the ColourPop site, and also Ulta carries this as well. And I think this is a great everyday color. It is slightly darker than your lips, and it lasts really well. Yes, has that nice scent to it. I changed my mind on the NYX powder. This is the Powder Puff Lippie, and it comes out, even though it's powder, it comes out as a silky looking lip color. And I initially thought it was great until I got my 10 by mirror out. You know how those 10 by mirrors are? You start seeing your DNA molecules. Well, this just showed every crack line and, you know, chapped lips. It's really bad if you have lips that aren't in perfect shape. And there was huge transfer. Let me just show you. So there is huge transfer there. So it is off my list of favorites. I did try a different color in the Lasting Finish Rimmel lip pencils. I was always getting East End Snob. For some reason it was like my color. This one is a little bit different, and this is called Rose Quartz. This is a beautiful lip pencil, and it's from Rimmel. Rimmel? Yeah. Yes, you have to sharpen it, but so what? My favorite lipstick, actually all four of them that I have been, again this month, have been the Superstay 24 color. These are the Maybelline ones where you have to paint it on, hold your smile, and then let it dry, and then you put the lip balm over the top. If you miss this step with the lip balm, the lipstick feels too dry. So so you paint it, hold it for, you know, at least like a minute or two, and then you put this over the top, and you're good to go for the whole day. It will stay on your lips, and as it wears down slowly, it wears down evenly. So I really liked these 24-hour color, and this particular one is my favorite shade of it. I wear it very often. This is number 150. Twisted Toffee. Number 150. And it's a very natural color. I wear it to work. I have no problem. Speaking of work, I'm really loving my new job. I have started the job 2 weeks now I'm in, and I had my first week without a trainer. So I was on my own this week, and it's a really fun job. I get to be very creative, and there's a lot of people, and you know, it's so much different. As you know, I was working a government position right up until 2 weeks ago. So last thing is the perfume I've been wearing. Actually, for the last 6 months, I've been loving this. This is my Stella McCartney Stella, and it's a English Rose. It was kind of a dedicated to her mom, Linda McCartney, and because I guess English Rose is kind of a tradition in their family, and the mother and the daughter have the same kind of cologne, and her mother loved rose scented cologne, so Stella created this cologne for her. I think this is a few years old now, but I'm about halfway through the bottle. I absolutely love Stella. It's my favorite scent next to my Shalimar, because I am Shalimar. So, I have several other things lined up to film for you. I have just had no time between trying to train somebody in my old job to take my place and get all my stuff together and trying to learn the new job, and you know, I have a husband and a home and, you know, other things going on in my life. We had lots of events that went on in the family, so I have not been able to film as often. I apologize for not uploading as often as I could. My heart's going out to my friends over there in Hawaii who are dealing with the erupting volcano. Anyway, happy Cinco de Mayo. Do it responsibly. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a beautiful day. Take care. Toodles.